Welcome back, crafty friends. It's Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Al YouTube channel, and today I am back with the second video in my very first laminated, actually my very first traveler's notebook period, laminated or not. This one was inspired by a tutorial I saw on the LiveLoveScrap channel, and I will link her channel below. And in part one of the video, I made the cover for this laminated traveler's notebook. There's a look at that again. I used some gold elastic cord from Hobby Lobby for the binding and for the closure on the front. And today what I'm going to be doing are making my signature booklets, or the booklets that go inside. I am going to go ahead and try to do 4. And then we'll see if that fills it up nicely. I'm not sure how many pages go in these, but I do know that I'm to cut it to 7 1/4 wide by 5 1/4 tall, and then fold those in half for the booklets. So let's go ahead and get started. For my inside pages, I thought I would use the pattern papers from the Fly Me Away paper pad, and then I was going to use some standard notebook paper, some standard white printer paper, and then a graph or a grid paper on the booklets inside. Now I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make like all notebook, all white paper, all graph paper in the different ones, or if I'll switch them up in there. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting some of these down to size, and then we'll grab out the pattern paper to make the covers. The first thing I did for my signature booklets was cut down my papers to 7 1/4 inches wide by 5 1/4 inches tall. And at the beginning I cut down 3 pieces of each of the different papers, and later I'll go in and cut the rest, but I kind of wanted to get an idea of how many sheets I would need for each booklet, so I didn't want to waste my time cutting too many at the beginning. The next step was to start folding all of the papers in half for the signature booklets. I did about 3 pieces at a time, and then burnished each of the edges with my bone folder, just so I had a nice crisp center fold. Alright, I have a question here for those of you who make these often. The elastic is kind of being pulled up into the signature booklets, so should I cut my booklet shorter, or should I make my holes closer to the edge of the cover? Because it looks like that's kind of stretching oddly to me. But again, this is my first one. I don't really know what I'm doing. Let me know what you do there, because I can definitely move it, closer to the outside edge of that, or maybe make my booklet just a little bit smaller too. So let me know what you do below. For now, I'm going to go ahead and just leave these like they are, I think. I pulled out my Fly Me Away paper pad to select some patterns for the covers of my signature booklets. I ended up choosing this postage stamp pattern paper, as well as the globe pattern paper that had kind of the mint green background. I cut each of these down so they would have 2 covers from each, so 2 pieces that were 7 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I folded those in half, and again used my bone folder. As I was kind of playing around with the order of the papers inside the signature booklet, I decided that I wanted to add a pattern paper in there too. So I just grabbed the scraps that I had from making the laminated cover. Alright, so here's going to be my first idea to see how I like it. I have used one of the other pattern papers from the Fly Me Away pad as the cover, and then inside I put 2 pages of graph paper, 2 pages of typing paper, and then I put just another pattern paper just for some decoration on the inside, and then I did 2 pieces of lined paper and 2 pieces of typing paper. And I put this in the cover and see what I think. I think I kind of like that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut more of the inside papers, like the graph paper and the white paper and stuff, and make my 3 other books. And once I'm done with that, I'll check back in with you. Well, it looks like I am now officially done with my very first traveler's notebook. I think some things I might change on the next one would be to make the inside pages of my signature booklets maybe a little bit smaller, just so I don't have the edges of the paper hang out. Not a huge deal, but you know, I just might cut those slightly smaller. And also next time I would wait to do the closure elastic until I had my books in here, just so I had a better idea of how big they were. But my inside signature booklets, I have 2 with the stamp covers and 2 with the globes, and then inside each one I have the 2 graph papers, 2 typing papers, a pattern paper, and this is the one that I covered the inside with. And then I have 2 lined notebook pages, and then 2 more typing pages, and then it just repeats itself in the back. For the globe signature booklets, I used a pattern paper that had some tickets on it. There it is. So I used that pattern paper for just the extra decoration inside there. Now, I would like to know what your favorite ways are to decorate or to add extra decoration on the inside booklets. If you have a favorite video, feel free to link that below, or if you just have ideas. Originally, when I pulled out papers for this project, I did pull some papers out of the pad that I thought might make good cut-aparts to go inside, but I don't know what to do with them right now. I haven't watched enough videos to get any ideas, so if you could just leave those below, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for stopping back by. If you're new to my channel and would like to know when I upload more videos, feel free to hit that subscribe button below. I hope you're all having a crafty day. Bye-bye.